Hello and welcome to Dees Talk. Today, my guest is Shyam Batra. Welcome, Shyam.
Hello,
How are you?
nice to meet you.
Oh, great to meet you.
How are you? Nice to meet you.
Thanks for coming down.
You're welcome.
You've had an interesting life story. Do you want to give us a little bit
I'm
about...
having.
Or having, yeah. Do you want to give us a little bit of your background?
Yeah, sure. I started my business in a funding house after I did all my uni stuff and everything else. And I got accosted by a woman who said to me to come into the life insurance industry. And I'd only been in it a little while. And unfortunately, my mum had passed away. And it was quite hard for me at the time. So I decided to get into this job, and it was fantastic. But my life started, my father was very high up in the Indian government as well.
Right.
And so that I had no interest in politics at all at that time.
Right. Okay.
I was like not really anything to do with the political system, but my father was very, very high up. And I was born in the UK. So I entered this job and I stayed in it for a very, very long time. I got to the heights.
Insurance, you said?
Yeah, remember Abbey Life Insurance Company?
Life, yeah.
I was one of their top guys.
Okay.
And I used to sell lots of life insurance. I loved it.
Right.
And it was helping people as well.
Nice.
So after that, I came across the company dissolved, finished. And unfortunately, I had to move to something else. And I thought, well, why didn't I start my own? But whilst the time I was doing that, I had got married and I got divorced, and as we all do. And
As one does, yeah.
as we all do, but not everybody. But so that happened, and I decided then to maybe set up my own show, my own stuff. And I started my own companies at the time, and I did very, very well. But prior to that, New York Life contacted me, and they wanted help opening up their insurance offices.
Okay.
So I thought, well, why didn't I try that? They at the time I was divorced anyway. My only concern was to see my children. I only had chance to see them every 2 weeks.
Right. So your ex-wife had custody.
Yes.
Right.
And so it was a very difficult situation.
Well, how many children did you have? Two.
Boy and a girl, yeah.
Right.
And so I decided to take the job. They used to fly me on Concord back. They said, come back when you're going to see your kids, come back. So I used to come back.
They were in the States? Or
they were here in UK.
They were here, so why were you flying to?
I had to go to US to work there.
Oh, so you were
New
working
York.
there, okay.
Yeah, I was near Fifth Avenue and I was working there. We opened up about 18 branches in about 6 months.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was
That's
great.
pretty
It was
quick.
great fun, great money.
Yeah.
I enjoyed every minute of it. But I was only allowed to see them every other weekend.
Right.
It was really horrible.
Yeah,
but
that sucks.
it sucks, yeah. And then she took them to Australia. So
Oh,
they
wow.
went.
So then it was even harder to
Yes.
see them, right. Are they still there?
Yeah, they're still there. Yeah,
Do you keep
they've
in
grown.
touch?
Yeah, I do. Well, they're grown up now.
Yeah, how old now?
Oh gosh, they're in their 30s now.
Oh, okay. Right.
I'm still young.
Right. Have they got kids? Are you granddad?
No, not yet. No,
Not yet.
no,
Okay.
They're not yet. I'm hoping they do. Of course, it's be a great, lovely dream.
Sure.
But yeah, so I killed that business. I made a lot of money out of it. During that time, I met some people in the boxing world,
Right.
and I decided to work there as well.
Yeah.
So I met
That's
Lennox.
a bit of a pivot, yeah.
Yeah, I met Lennox Lewis
Yeah.
and his brother, and then Frank Maloney, who's now Kelly,
Right.
changed, and we had a great time. We had an amazing time. Then once that circuit had finished, I met Naz, the boxer, as well, and we did some bits there as well. And
Okay.
that just flew time. During that time also, I went into the music industry.
Okay.
And I started working with George Michael.
Oh, wow.
We did some great stuff with him, and we were very good friends. And then from there, I met
What was
Prince.
your role with the...
I was handling all of his shows, basically, getting them set up. and all
Okay,
that
so
stuff.
in the boxing, you were a promoter.
Boxing, I missed that bit. The boxing, I became, once I left the UK clan, I worked with a guy called Peter in Australia. We did a lot of shows across the world, and we did it for about 20 years.
Oh, wow.
The last show we did was about 2019.
Okay.
It was a world heavyweight fight with Jeff Horn and Michael Zafara.
Okay.
Great great shows, fantastic. It was a great time I had.
Yeah.
And then from there, I decided to jump into the hotel sector.
Right.
Unfortunately, when I started at the pinnacle of the market crash.
Right.
And things went completely wrong. I held the hotels for about 12 years.
Where was that? In which country?
Here, UK.
Oh, in
Paddington,
the UK.
Earls Court, Kensington.
Okay.
And the story is that when all this had happened, the banks all wanted their money back. No one wanted people to keep it. And they tried every trick in the book. And a company called Mortgage Express, I don't know if you remember.
Not familiar with them.
They
no.
came after me. They took my hotels and sold them for nothing, all of them.
Because you weren't servicing the debt.
No, I
on
was.
them?
I was always on time with everything.
Right.
But they were trying to get the money back. They were trying to have the contracts rescinded. And at that time, my barrister said to me that, "Don't worry, we'll get them on the estoppel point because they've been taking your money for the last 8-9 years.
Yeah.
What's wrong with that? So how come suddenly you want to get it back?" I fell into a few messes there because people promised me money, never delivered.
Right.
They had an ultimatum on me. The ultimatum expired. Receiver came in, took the properties. And you know, the thing I want to tell you and our viewers is that everybody's 3 months away from a paycheck, from a bankruptcy.
Sure. Right. Yeah.
Basically. Yeah. And businesses are in a worse position because they can lose everything click of a finger.
Sure.
And so when all that had happened, this guy, the receiver, put all the debts at my doorstep. When you're meant to sell a property, as you know, in the property business, I buy from you, the bank gives you the money, you get the property, the paperwork swaps, and we then I have the money, you have the property.
Yeah,
everything's
it's
happy.
Normally in like an escrow with a lawyer or something.
There's no escrow in
well,
this
not escrow,
country.
or what do you call it? But
it goes with the lawyers.
Paid to the lawyer,
Yeah, the bank gives the lawyers the money.
Yeah.
This guy sold my properties. They were worth £40 million.
Right.
Right. I had a £16 million debt.
Right. 16.
16.
Right.
1
okay.
6.
So
I was managing
there was
the money.
Plenty of equity left.
Plenty.
Yeah.
He sold them for 16 million, pocketed 1.2 million. And you know what he did, which has never happened in my history, in any history I can think of in the UK? He left the debts in my name, put the assets in their name.
Right.
And the banks are writing to me because I had about 104 units. I had studios. They were all like self-contained properties.
I see.
And each property was in my name. And then when all this had happened, the banks were writing to me because I had 5 lenders. Where's the money? You're not paying your mortgage. You're not doing this. I said, what are you talking about? You've taken a receiver. You've given permission to a receiver. And you've now left me with the debts.
That's weird. Yeah.
Right?
Isn't there like a normal process that has to go through?
I'm going to open a
sort
legal case against him for what he did. Because since then to now, he caused upteen problems for me. But the properties went in their names. The debts were left in my name.
Right.
But the assets were belonging to them.
But how can that happen? Isn't there a process when the receivership happens that the assets are frozen and then the receiver, the person who takes over that process would then sell assets and pay back a sort of order of creditors? No? That's how it's supposed to happen, at least, right?
He's supposed to sell the assets at a market price.
Yeah.
But he doesn't.
Yeah. Oh, so he just sold it well under market price. Was it someone close to him? But does the person who has lent to you get to take over the property and do that? Isn't it supposed to be a third party
sold
receiver?
to some of his friends. There were some Jewish guys who wanted to buy them, and it took so long in time. I tried to stop it, but in those days it was very difficult. The markets were crashed and other things had happened. My properties were doing fabulously well. Every penny I had, I put back into the business. I updated every unit, every single. We had workers in there working on some units, and the properties were coming out beautiful. You know, we were in the heart of London, and I built 4 in such a short space of time.
So how was it that he got to take over the properties then?
Because the banks called in the loan. The bank didn't call in the loan. They gave me an ultimatum. I had paperwork that said that if you don't, we'll give you 3 million off. This was one company, one bank, right? We'll give you money off and then that money that we give you off, you got to do the deal in 6 weeks. I said, how am I possibly able to do that?
Yeah.
There's no chance.
Yeah.
And I had a gun to my head.
Right.
And I had bad legal advice as well. And I took the deal. I went to a guy who promised me the earth, signed all the papers, done all the mortgages. I spent thousands, hundreds of thousands of pounds, all to find that it's gone.
Wow. And how recent was this?
Oh, this is 2017.
Okay.
It was a while ago.
Sure.
But these banks are notorious. They're dirty.
Right.
And I tried to warn people that if you're going to go into loans, like bridge loans and stuff, you've got to be careful, have your money ready to get out.
Right.
Because otherwise they'll take it, they'll sell it for nothing.
Because they have when you borrow from them, they take a charge against a property that goes on a title deed.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's like certain covenants in the loan that if you don't continue to service that, then they can take it over.
Yeah, and the worst thing is, all the banks in this country don't have money.
Right. What do you mean?
Exactly what I said.
What?
They don't have money. It's digital currency.
Right, yeah, everything's,
right?
These days.
But, and also that if you look at the physical aspect, no money's changed hands, physical cash. That's why when you go to the
less
bank.
Less and less, yeah.
Yeah, if you say to the bank, I want £5,000.
Of my own cash, yeah.
What do you want the money for?
Oh, yeah.
It's your money. Yeah. And they're doing it now. Yeah. I mean, even till now, there's videos circling in on the internet with guys that have gone in and they've tried to get their money out.
Yeah.
Want to buy their son a car or a scooter or something.
Yeah.
What do you want the money for? No, we just can't get, because they don't have the money sitting there.
Yeah. They have to order it almost, don't they?
Yeah.
They can't just, they don't have it physically in the branches anymore. No.
Well, I mean, we can go into this deeper. This is a whole subject because...
Yeah, no, I've even had some interesting conversations with my bank on the same thing when you want to take some money out. And sometimes they almost say no to you. Because they almost say, oh, we're doing it to protect you in case you're being scammed for something.
A friend of mine bought some stuff yesterday. It's very small, like £400.
Yeah.
This is a scam. Are you sure you want to do this?
Online, yeah.
And like for £400.
Yeah.
And it says, and then it said that your not account is suspended. It's pending review.
Right.
Is the word.
Okay.
Now, legally by law, the definition of a bank is for them to hold the money for your request.
Yeah.
If you look at the political system, the Starmer will go out, knock on doors, and so will his hundreds of MPs. Right. Give me your vote. Give me your vote. Give me your vote. I'll do everything for you. I promise you. We'll get to that. Yeah. What do? They get the vote. What do you want to do? You said that you were going to fix the light bulb in the NHS. You didn't do it.
Yeah. What's the consequence? Yeah.
This is what the political system is like in our. We'll like to jump to that later.
Sure.
But the money issue, you have to be very careful. I mean, I don't know if you remember the financial crisis, 2007.
Yeah.
There was a time that people stopped putting money into the banks because they were scared that all the banks would go bust.
So there was like some run on the banks,
and they used to open safe deposits up everywhere.
Right.
Put cash in there.
Okay.
Then the police would raid the safe deposits. Where did you get this money from?
Yeah. Where'd you get the cash? Yeah,
I mean,
they don't like it that when you've got cash. Yeah, I mean, they're basically trying to phase out cash now, right?
They are.
I mean, it's after COVID was a big part of that. A lot of people went contactless. A lot of restaurants and cafes and shops stopped taking cash. Like, I mean, even now you will see places say no cash.
I want to say to the viewers as well that the situation. Apparently, if you carry more than £2,000 cash in your car, and the police stop you, they can arrest you because they think it might be for drugs.
Sure, yeah.
And the way the systems are going right now, we are almost becoming a nanny state.
Yeah.
When I say a nanny state, you're seeing lots of cameras coming up now everywhere we look.
Yeah.
You know, like this digital ID thing.
Yeah.
It might be in India and it might be in this country and it might be somewhere else. We don't want it in this country.
Yeah.
It is not for us. We've never been brought up to be followed upon. You know, it's almost like the government wants to stalk us.
Yeah.
What are we doing? Why are we doing this? This is why we have an immense, heavy freedom of speech. We cannot say what we want to say.
There's a clampdown. Yeah, isn't there like how many thousands of people have been arrested for just posting
Tens of
stuff?
thousands
Yeah, tens
now.
of thousands, which is insane, right? For just posting stuff online.
Look, I mean, that woman said what she said. She may have said it in her hard heart, but she said it as well. That Lucy Connolly, right?
Right. Is she the one that something?
Mr. Farage put on the stage
Right.
after her release.
Okay.
But the point is this, that social media, I can see the angles of both sides.
Mm-hmm.
She might have said it in a fit of rage. She should never have said it. The worst thing she could have done was deleted it, and then they get the knock on the door and then admitted she did it. I mean, you could say, I am not guilty because I am not guilty of this. But the two-stage prong here is that they're trying to send a signal to guys like you and me to say, you do this and see what we do to you.
See what we get. Yeah.
Now, governments are meant to work for us, okay?
Yeah.
We don't have a government here. If I was Prime Minister,
Yeah.
you give me your votes,
Yeah.
I would be grateful. Means I'm working for you. And that's the job I have taken, to serve you. Now, it's not about serving you. Every country needs a leader, a direction.
Sure.
And a person or a cabinet or a group can do this.
Sure.
Now, transparency, not secrecy, has not existed in any government around the world. And this is something that I want to change for the future, because we cannot live in a society and in a world where transparency is not visible. Only secrecy is.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you've got a position like this, we were landed with a hopeless government when our friend Mr. Sunak decided to drop the penny. Oh, we're going to have an election in 5 weeks. That I said to everybody, that is a complete and utter disaster. I wanted to run somewhere, and I just thought, no, this is going to be a completely chaotic situation.
Yeah.
Everything's going to be tumbled upside down. We've now got ourselves puppies in government, I want to say.
Puppies.
Well, yeah, what are they? They're not even trained. They don't even understand. They've been in the Labour Party or whatever party. As I said many times, the word party, P-A-T-Y, is for fun. So
Right.
have fun. Let's have a party.
Yeah.
It's not, let's have a party and we're in government.
Yeah.
This is the problem, because everything is secretized. You have Michelle Mone, who's just come out in the papers again. She took all that money in COVID time for all these so-called dresses and stuff for her,
PPE,
for the
so-
PPE stuff,
yeah.
right? Hid it very well, pocketed the cash. Now, yesterday, 2 weeks ago, the judges said that she has to repay that debt.
Okay. That's
And
good.
she must repay that debt.
Yeah.
And she's reneged on repaying it. And I've heard today that they are going to use all measures to get that money back from her.
Sure.
You can't have people like this in government.
Yeah.
We're a laughing
so,
stock.
so how would you propose there's more transparency in government? How would you say there should be?
First of all-
how do you bring that back?
First of all, I think any prime minister in any country of the world or president should be on a good amount of money.
Yeah.
They do a very difficult job.
Absolutely.
They don't know. And the problem I find with this is, if I was prime minister, I do not need 20 advisors. I think for myself. I came into this job. I'm coming to your podcast and with not any of my advisors with me to tell me what to do. God tells me what to do.
Right.
And for me, I think it's ludicrously wrong for any prime minister to keep taking information from other people. Why is he the head of the country if he can't think for himself?
But doesn't he also need information streams from people
Why?
who are like connected to various industries or have
We know the
knowledge or whatever?
we know the pitfalls and the heights of our country. We know where things are wrong and broken and things are right.
Okay.
I mean,
and where do you see things are wrong and right here?
I could go on all night with you.
Okay.
There's so much to say. If we take, for example, the education system, personally, my belief, I do not feel every government in the world that has run a educational system never works. There's always problems. And 40% of the children...
state-run one?
Well, yeah, it is. We call it state, yes. But I would like to set up an amazing educational system. I would like to hand the reins back to the public. Let the communities in their towns and cities take the reins. We give them the money, monitor what they do, keep a close eye on it, on the transparency arm of everything, protect the children, and I'll bet you any money these kids will come out of school, will be begging to get to university, where I would give it to them for free because they deserve it.
So instead of a national curriculum, you're saying what do locally
I think so. Yeah, a community-driven system where communities are engaged with everyone and the kids are happy and no one's being told to become a boy or a girl and all this other he and she and all this other rubbish that is being portrayed. We want our kids to grow up like kids and to get into adulthood. And how we're going to do that with Mickey Mouse curriculums? You know, our children are really suffering. They're not being educated as well as they can. Look at US, as bad or good you can call it. The US system, the girls, the guys, the kids, they're almost fighting to get into the university. And what are we doing?
Well, are they
Send
doing
them out at 16 for a job. We could be a sweeper or something, or we could do this, or we could do that. What are you doing? This is our country. We are not brought up. England was the best country in the world, I would say. It ran many places for centuries. What we landed with? We landed with weak leadership. We landed with a royal party, you can call them, because they are a royal party. What do? Apart from take money. We've got poverty in our country. We've got so many things wrong that need to be fixed. I want to fix things. I've always wanted to fix our country. Everywhere you look, from the NHS to the PM's office, it's broken. Britain has been made to become broken simply because no one is taking initiative. You've got Farage. Oh, Shalima Begum, this one. Oh, the Muslims, the this, the that. You've got Tommy Robinson doing the same thing. They're all focusing on the wrong things. Come together, be an integrated system. We are a cosmopolitan society. Get over it. Yeah? I was born in this country. I'm as British as anybody. And anyone says to me, go back to your country, I'll say, okay, give me the ticket and I'll try and find the country I want to get to. But I'm very frustrated because every single day I drive my car. I might have a beautiful car. I might have a whatever car. But I'm going to hit the same potholes. That have been there for 6 years, 10 years. Simple things are not being fixed. So how can you fix our country without the right direction? Britain needs to be repaired. We have the mayor's office, which I'd love to talk to you about very shortly. That's another story.
So like you ran for mayor of
I did.
London, right? Amongst how many other candidates? 10, 12?
I think there was about 16.
16?
If I'm not wrong.
Okay.
They were all independents.
And how was that experience for you?
Well,
when did you decide, that's it, I'm going to become
Well, I was living away abroad somewhere with my ex-girlfriend. And I decided to, shall we say, I don't know what happened. I had to come home. And I came home in 23. And I was involved in this really big property deal I was doing. It was great. It was a fantastic deal. And it took me all the way to middle of August to close it. By which time I'd finished with my lady friend. And I don't know, I just woke up one morning and I'm sure God spoke to me and said, you have to help people. What am I going to do? I can't help myself. A single man come back to London. okay, good idea. What I'd love to help people. What do I do?
Yeah.
And so I rang a few of my friends, and they just told me to go against it and said, "Oh no, you can't do this. You don't want to go into politics. It's a dirty game. Someone will shoot you. Someone will knife you.
Right.
They'll never let you in. The system is broken.
Yeah,
they've got
like
they've got everything
door.
planned already from day one." And I said, I don't care. I've got a calling from God. He says I have to help people, whether I take people off the streets of London or whether I do something.
Yeah.
I want to run for mayor. And I spoke to my friend Trevor McDonald, the newsreader. He said, "Oh, you can't do that. You just can't do that. They're going to come and get you. They're going to do this. They're going to." I said, "Trevor, relax."
I guess you are putting yourself in the line of fire by being a politician.
Why? I'm
right?
a normal person.
Yeah, if you're just helping.
I sit on the and I thank everyone for all the Instagram and beautiful messages I get every day.
Right.
I'm really happy. And the following is great, but it's an emblem. But now that people do recognize me when I go on a train, 'cause I busted my car and I had to get on the train for like a couple of months,
right?
And so, I mean, like they were looking at their phone like this again.
Like, I swear, I recognize that guy. He looks just like that guy from that video.
Yeah, he's that guy. But I'm not into the publicity. Don't get me wrong. I'm not doing it for
the glory,
famous, and every second to be on TV. No, what I'm doing is trying to get the message out to our public, wake them up, everyone to wake up, wake up. Look in the sky. There's upteen chemtrails, and they're throwing rubbish on us.
Right.
Lots of damage is coming down to us where we're feeling all types of different things. I know.
How can we prove this stuff? How can we get?
Why is it happening?
Yeah. Well, how do we know that it's happening?
Well, you can see the lines, and they're like this, they're like that.
But does that mean it's chemtrails, or is that steam, or is that? How do you know that's not steam from the plane?
No, it's not steam.
It's not steam.
I mean, I live in a beautiful area.
Yeah.
Greenery. I've got a nice house. I sometimes look. I come out the house. First thing I look at is the sky.
Right.
And have you noticed that last week, every single day, it's completely clouded?
What, they have actual like lines across, or just cloudy?
Well, when it's a nice day, a blue day, for example, there's these white lines.
White stripes.
But they're going this way,
so
and then they're going that way.
So what is it, like planes dropping off chems that are doing what to us?
I don't know. I think they're doing a lot of damage to us, to our kids, because, sometimes I come out of my house, there's so much dusty brown-like stuff.
Really?
Where's it come from? What is that?
Right.
It's like...
I mean, one thing I will say, I have no way to prove any of that. I've heard people say that, but I will say when I go to some other countries sometimes, I definitely feel the air is...
It's everywhere.
It's very...
Yeah.
You think they're doing it everywhere?
Of course, it's all around the world.
So who's behind that?
I don't know who's actually behind it,
right?
But I know it's happening and no one's stopping it. And many, many people have complained about this.
Yeah.
We don't need it. I would like to see a blue sky all day.
Yeah.
I don't want to see... planes that fly, they fly deep up in the sky, 40,000 miles away.
The trails behind them, do they? Yeah.
And then you've got Khan who says, "Oh, we've got pollution, we've got this. Let's do the ULEZ charge." I call it the useless charge,
right?
Because it's useless, right?
Well, so you don't believe in trying to stop the congestion in
there's
London?
No such thing. Trust me. I've been. How can a car that drives 20 miles an hour or less give you pollution? Just explain that to me. There's no significant proof. The net zero doesn't exist. These are all things to raise money for these conglomerates like the WHO and the WEF on a pack of lies that they're using this money for their own gain to control us.
So you don't believe there's
I don't.
Climate change happening now?
No chance. Listen, if I get a call from God and tells me to do something, I'm going to listen to him.
Yeah.
But God is in control of our universe, our Earth, our planetary system. So who the hell can control our climate?
Well, I guess
The guys in Dubai.
So well, it's not. I mean, I guess what the scientists argue, from what my limited understanding, is that through, the way we burn fossil fuels and through animal agriculture, methane gas production, all of that we're doing on such industrialized scale that the cumulative effect of that happening over and over does start to have an effect on what chemicals are in the atmosphere, which then causes the greenhouse effect, which then causes...
What is the greenhouse effect?
Well, it changes the chemicals that are in the atmosphere, which changes how heat goes up and all gets trapped in.
Our planet has been here for a zillion years.
Oh, yeah. Oh, right. Well, the planet itself has been through cycles of ice ages and all different ages. That's for sure, yeah.
The modern man has learnt a way of telling lies to the public and taking money from governments. That is our money. That they don't even ask us, shall we give the money to the WEF for climate change? No, we don't get asked a penny of what is happening to our money.
Yeah,
all this money.
No, that's true.
And the majority of it, the World Economic Forum, they've raised billions upon billions, and the government's just giving it hand over fist. For what? And then if you say, well, we're going to save the ozone layer and all this other stuff. This majority of the work man has done, I agree. But you can't change the air we breathe. You can't stop a hurricane from happening. You can't stop the rain from falling. No. You can't stop the sun like our friend Mr. Gates wants to do, is block the sun out. What a stupid man.
That's crazy.
It is. I mean, look, if you wake up and say, we are living in a world of control right now. Clearly COVID was done for a reason. The reason was to maybe change from one world to another. I don't know. But this is what my feeling is, that we are moving to a different planetary system, which is our system. But we are moving from the old system to the new. And they want to get rid of the people that are not needed on this planet. This is why they've done COVID. It didn't work properly.
So you think they tried to do COVID to kill off a big chunk of humanity?
What else has happened? A lot of chunk of humanity passed away, perished on smoke, on just this thing that happened to them in the sky. I mean, whoever's done this...
In the sky?
Yeah, apparently COVID was thrown from the sky to everybody. Okay. It wasn't...
Oh, really? It wasn't in some lab in China?
I've never seen the proof, have you?
Right. Well, it's...
we can go on and on about it, but the fact is that whatever had happened on a global scale.
Yeah.
Every industry stopped, everything stopped, and our country gave everybody a bounce back loan.
Yeah.
Yeah, they gave us a bounce back loan that we have to pay for damage that was done by governments or whoever did it.
By shutting everything down in lockdown. So
why should we have to pay for damage given to us?
Yeah.
So when you look at the climate side of things, this planet is run by God, I think. Or a higher planetary source, shall we say.
So like you believe in God, but not, do you believe in a particular religion?
I believe in God, I believe in the angel. Oh, I'm Hindu, but I believe in God and the angels. I like Jesus. I like all of this stuff. And
his
there
message, for sure,
there must be merits to this, because for me, I feel that I can speak to God if I want to.
Yeah. And does God answer?
Yeah,
or he shows
sometimes,
you.
Yes. Yeah. I may have to wait a morning to get the answer, but I have heard him say to me, and I know that the reason that the mayor's race didn't make me win, because there are bigger and better things to do.
Sure.
I'm still here to help the people. I'm not going to stop. I want to run for Prime Minister. I want to set up my city organisation. I want to take it into government. And I want to give it to the people. It's theirs.
So you'll set up your own party, or you would join one of the existing?
I don't like the word party.
Party, yeah. So don't call it a party.
I want to set it up, and I want the public to be involved in it. I want it to be theirs, not mine or ours. I want things that are wrong rightened. They need to be put right. This country needs fixing. Doesn't need wars. Doesn't need to be involved with Ukraine or here, or there, or another war there, someone getting the praise for stopping the war. We don't need all this.
So where's the priority?
Priority is to fix our country first.
But where? Like in the sort of list of problem, everything.
There's so much wrong.
Yeah.
For example, you talk about grooming gangs, etc.
Right.
It just, every so often, every 3 or 4 years, it comes up. It's like a new story come back.
Some new epidemic of grooming gangs happening.
Yeah. So get on with it. Find the perpetrators. The police know who they are. They don't want to do anything about it because higher powers are telling them, don't you dare.
Why? Why would they do that?
What do you think? Why don't... Look, we are heading, I believe, for a form of control. I've been saying this for so long. I want people to wake up and listen to me, that I'm not mad. Everything I said came true.
Right.
I even said about Khan doing the ULEZ charge. Nobody listened.
Yeah.
The ULEZ charge came in.
Yeah.
I even said that the following year he would charge the Blackwall Tunnel. Oh, sorry.
So just keep the mic on you.
Yeah. Sorry. he would charge the Blackwall Tunnel and Silver Street. He did.
Right.
He's got a plan that is going to put ULEZ throughout the whole country. Wait and see.
Well, just if you just use a car full stop.
Yeah. Project Detroit is in his wings, which is pay per mile. This is ridiculous. And all the money that poor people have spent.
Sorry, pay per mile.
So as you drive, you pay by the mile.
You pay per mile. Oh, right. Okay.
Hasn't come out yet.
That would be insane.
But it's called Project Detroit. I suggest people look at it. These are all hidden words that have been used and used. And it just seems to get worse and worse. You know, the mayor's office gets it used to get 18.1 billion. I believe it's about 20 billion now.
Per year.
Per year.
Right.
Now, the cycle always starts off in a debt. The money seems to be siphoned off before you can say Jack Robinson in 4 months' time.
Right.
Okay. There is no election for the mayor until 2028. First of all, if I can let everybody know, because people think they can just run for mayor next year, mayor of London.
Right.
Not going to work.
No, so it's
like
every 4 years?
Every 4 years, yeah.
So are you going to run in the next one?
Well, if I don't go for PM...
Yeah.
And even if I do, I will, definitely. I will take the first opportunity to jump in.
So how does one go for PM? Can you go for PM if you don't have...
Well, I'm going to start my organisation, which will have to go through the Electoral Commission, set up the organisation properly, form our own type of mini governmental system, which I want to do. And I've got a very amazing system set up on a podcast. I've set an amazing system which no party will ever have. It is going to be unique. It's going to be completely different to what they have. When you look at their websites, they're diabolical.
Right.
You know, I've also said that when it's voting time, why are we given a free vote?
Why are we given a free vote?
Because it's not charged. We don't pay for our vote. We pay for everything else in our life, from water to food. But when it comes to a vote, here, guys, it's a free vote for you to come and vote for the election.
Yeah.
Vote for your party, your country. And when you realize that you're doing it all and the person you wanted didn't get in.
Yeah.
Why? Is it because they selected these people way before time to grow? The thing is, the reason why Nigel Farage, some people like him, he's the only party there that's talking. The others are a waste of time. They've all been through the hoops and hounds. And this, Nigel's party is no better than any of these others. You know, what did he do for Brexit?
He's doing pretty well in the polls, isn't he? At the moment.
Where's the proof?
Right. Well,
where's the proof? I mean, look, if 1 million people said that he is on top at 55%, okay, let's see, no problem.
Right.
Where's 1 million people?
Right.
You know, Tommy Robinson said, "Oh, we've got 3 million, 5 million, 10 million in London." Do you know what that looks like in a London city?
Right.
Can you put 3 million people in our central city? I don't think so.
Well, how many was it? You think like 100,000?
All the newspapers, all the magazines, all these GB News, everyone 150,000. Right. Okay, fine. We're not talking about numbers.
Yeah.
Let's talk about reality. Our country needs fixing.
So can you break into the system? Because I mean, I'm not very, knowledgeable about how the whole political system works, but I get that there's a general feeling of like there's established parties, that's it, and if you try, you can run as independent. I mean, maybe Nigel Farage is proving that point now that you can, but it feels like a very locked in system, and it always feels like as a voter when it comes to an election, it's either choose these guys or those guys, which one?
Well, yes.
And if you go for the independent, your vote basically won't count because it's going to be a 2-horse race.
Well, basically it's first past the post or proportional representation. I think the latter works, but the first past the post doesn't work unless you're crooked, like some people we know, who can go to the unions and pay them £30 million and ask for the votes in return without not even doing a going on strike business.
Right. Okay.
I've said that many times. And so if you look at the system is broken. This is why I said that everything in this country needs to be repaired. There's nothing wrong with the NHS. The NHS could have been the Natural Health Service. They could have brought in health participants to assist people that really want to stay healthy.
Yeah.
Most people that go into the NHS sometimes don't come back, and this system,
what do you mean they end up in hospital?
Well, look what happened in COVID. I mean, a lot of people died, didn't they? And the nurses were so overworked.
Yeah.
They're tired. They're working 18, 20 hours a day, getting 4 hours sleep.
So
and there's
what would
an
you
operation
do there?
To be done.
Because the problem always seems to be lack of funding, right? And then they're like, well, how do we get more funding, more taxes? People don't like taxes. Like right now, there's a big black hole of 22 billion to fill. Where do they get that from?
It's a big black hole joke.
Do you cut spending or do you raise taxes? We're kind of... People don't like either. So what would you do?
Well, you take the National Health Service.
Yeah.
First of all, it's important to fund them. Second of all, every government fails when they appoint people. So you've got Labour now.
Yeah.
Let me just explain to you before I tell you about the NHS. We'll come back to that in just a second.
Sure.
Starmer forms a government, forms an inner cabinet. Who does he select? MPs that are already MPs.
Mm-hmm.
MPs are meant to be members of parliament. MPs have already joined a club called the Member of Parliament.
Right.
So when they run to get your vote, please, I promise I will do everything in our constituency for you. Here's all my goals. That's what I'm going to do.
Right.
See, what they should have done, every MP should have had his own manifesto that what he's going to do for you. The things that are wrong in that community. Yeah. I'm going to address this. I'm going to address that.
Yeah.
But as soon as you get that vote, he runs away and he becomes a member of a parliament.
Yeah.
He is no longer their friend. Oops. Sorry. There's no longer their friend.
Yeah.
Right? Now, the situation is Starmer then creates an inner cabinet. For example, Minister of Education, Minister of Defence, Minister of Health. What does he select? He goes back to the members of parliament in his constituency.
Yeah.
I'll pick him. He's already on 100,000 a year.
Right.
He now gets another 150,000 to become a minister of health.
I see.
What does he know about health?
He's just chosen by Starmer.
As you asked me, to fix the NHS, for example, I would find the best people to fix the NHS. People that are in the medical world, from science to whatever, to finding treatments, to creating things happen to keep our people safe.
Mm-hmm.
Not happening. I would create in every industry, so education, I would find the best head in the country.
Right. Not somebody who was a member of parliament.
No. I want to keep the members of I want to call them members of the public or members of the people.
Right.
Because I am for the people. If I want to be a prime minister, I'm going to hand the reins to you.
Mm-hmm.
I will do what I said I would do for you because you voted for me. I will keep that promise.
Mm-hmm.
I will keep that pledge, and I will keep it to my heart until I fix it. I want to do. If I say I'm going to do something, I want to do it. There's no excuse.
Yeah.
Like I want to bring back capital punishment.
Oh, really?
I think it's more than time that we are having all these murders and women raped and all these children. You know, when you've hurt a woman, you've killed the family.
Right. What? Who's hurting women? What?
Well, you know, rapes and all other things.
Is that up? Are number of rapes up in the
very
country?
high, very high.
Right. Okay.
You know, but if you go back to the governmental system, I've got a lot of ideas that I want to do. So why would you run a big company and you need somebody in that company and you just grab one of your friends and say, come on, I'll give you 50 grand, 100 grand, come and help me fix this. This
so
is
you
what
think
they're
there
doing.
should be more almost like treat it like a business almost, like get the best people for who know
I actually
about
think
education
members of parliament
or health.
I actually think members of parliament should actually have some kind of learning curve to become a member, to become a representative of the people. I would like the members of parliament to serve their communities.
Yeah.
Let them do it day and night. That's what they've signed up for.
Sure.
That's why they get. Whereas right now, Farage can just run off to America when he wants to. He can go here. He doesn't have to come to Parliament if he doesn't want to. No one's going to force him.
Right.
You know, it's just a hullabaloo situation. We've got a comedy show in Parliament. You know, you got opposition leader. Oh, he should have done this and he should have done that. Well, you had 14 years. What did you do?
Yeah.
She couldn't even say, we're really sorry for what we did in 14 years to you, but we want to put it right. Day one. That's what I would have done. I would have said, I'm putting my heart on the table for you. We'll change everything.
Yeah.
This country needs to be changed for the better. And one thing we're all forgetting about is our children, the youth, the kids. They're growing up to what? What are we going to gain? What are we going to get from them? What are they going to inherit that we're going to leave behind? So I could see a system like this. This is why Michelle Mone can take £122 million. Or that other guy, the health minister in COVID, what was his name? Who my friend Andrew Bridgen is fighting against.
Right.
Matt Hancock.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Hancock,
they can just get away with all the damage they did.
Yeah.
It's not right.
There's no consequence.
I would like to
would
put-
you hold
like
them
to-
accountable
Yes,
somehow?
I would. I don't care. I wish the public, I hate to say it, but if I get in, I will go back in time and I will make everybody held responsible for what they did. Right. I have to.
So what? Like you would hold Matt Hancock responsible
Absolutely.
for what he's done?
Why not?
Yeah.
He knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
They could have had a beautiful heart and said, no, we're not doing this. You know, Boris Johnson and Nigel Farage take us out of Brexit, not even thinking what they're doing. Oh, let's just do it. Let's just exit Brexit.
Yeah, yeah.
How about a plan?
Yeah.
How about we make deals? How about we do things and then we go? No problem, you know, but nothing. We were left with an empty house with no windows, not even a door. Right. And he wants to be Prime Minister. I've got nothing against him. I think he's a nice guy, but I've got everything against what he's thinking. It's wrong. It's just wrong because our people deserve better. We don't have the right system and the right people in that system. We've got Nigel Farage. I've said on my podcast many times, as you heard. Yeah. How is he a statesman? A statesman is someone people look up to. Yeah. Somebody that you can respect, you know. Yeah. It just doesn't sit right. We've got a mayor of London who has no care for our people. He has never left a reef on anyone. He's never even been to the woman's family who got the girl that got stabbed in the neck, the young girl in Croydon. I've been. You've been there. I put flowers there. Yeah. Well, I didn't want to go in.
So you had to be kind of representative of how
I was running for mayor at the
general
time.
people should be feeling, and you kind of you're like important. A symbol of the people, and your actions are supposed to represent them and how they feel.
I mean, even when I got taken out of the race, two reasons happened. The first reason was that I couldn't get the electoral numbers. They were blocked. I know it.
How do you mean?
Because it's so funny. This is why the systems are broken. The parties can get all of the names from the boroughs, 6 million names, and they can get them 1 year before.
What? So they have the individualized names of everyone?
Yes, they give out the names to everybody, to all the candidates as well. The independents had 14 days.
Why?
Including me.
What? So they have like
so
they have a big head start
because they know they're not going to win. When I heard 14 days, and they only told us in March,
before
the election was in May.
election.
Yes.
So they'd had all the names. So
no, the parties get all the names.
Right.
The parties get all the electoral numbers.
Yeah.
They can get it 1 year before.
Okay, and
before
and then
you run
release
even.
it to you. Okay, and then and that helps because then they can target those people.
Correct.
Right.
And the individuals who came in like me.
Yeah.
You know, I started in November, December time.
Yeah.
I had 5 months to do the job. Now, in March of that year, 24, the 12th of March, I think it was, I had to the 28th of March to get my electoral names, £10,000, and my numbers, electoral numbers. When I knocked on the doors, they said, we haven't received the new electoral numbers. I said, God, how are we going to do this? I ring up the council. I said, I'm running for Mayor of London. Oh, you're not a candidate until the 19th of March. I said, but what do you mean? So that gives me 8 days to get the electoral. No, you have to fill in a form first, and then we approve it, and then you can have to fill in another form to go and get your electoral numbers. So I've got 8 days, 7 days left. I had my money. I had names. I got 7,000 names. I didn't. You're supposed to get 10 names from every borough, 331 names.
When you say get names, is that just people
that live in each borough?
Yeah.
So there are 33 boroughs, 10 from every borough.
Right, and then what do you do with those names? Like
Take them back to City Hall.
Yeah.
With the electoral numbers.
Yeah.
Which I tried.
Yeah.
I couldn't get them. I even when I got the electoral register of 6 million names, I couldn't even get all of them, but I got as many as I could.
Is that given to you in like a Excel spreadsheet or something?
That's right.
Okay.
But you have to ask for it. Sure. You have to sign for it as well.
Yeah.
Each borough. You don't go to one council.
That gives you them all.
You have to go to them individually.
Oh my God.
33 councils to get them. Oh, you are not a candidate.
So you need resources if you really want to get into politics. You need to have teams to help you with all that stuff.
I did have a team, and the thing is that
there's a lot of bureaucracy and paperwork just to be able to operate.
Yes, because if I knew that the parties, Labour, Conservative, got their names 1 year before, no one has to go knock on a door. They know who they are.
Right.
Yeah. So, but for us, independents, we were independent, acting as who we were. I mean, I did an interview with my friend who was running for mayor. We were not enemies, but we were just working. And I had a podcast with him just about a month or two ago, and we were speaking about this stuff. It is so corrupt, the system, that I'd like to use another word rather than corrupt. Yeah. But what other word can you use apart from corruptness? He is paying. The Mayor of London is paying their wages, big style, big money. Do they want to see him go and lose all of that golden juice that's coming in? He's done.
What the people that work with him, for him?
Of course, he's got a ream of people. He's got a CEO that runs the Greater London Authority called the GLA, and the same lady is running, and they've got 51% of TfL, Transport for London. Yeah, there's a lot of money coming in there. She's also something to do with that section in there. She's pocketing about £400,000 or £500,000 for what? Right. When there are people suffering, when there are people on the streets, when the poor hospitals can't feed their nurses. I mean, to go back to what you said before, all of the industries that are poorly run, like the police, the fire brigade, the ambulance, the hospitals, they should be all funded day one. It is they're looking after us, our lifelines, and we're paying police 30 grand a year, 38 grand a year. Why do you think they want to work? They're working 18 hours a day, and they're being told what to do.
They should get more. So, digital IDs, what's your opinion on them?
I mean, if we don't have enough control now with no freedom of speech, Digital ID is a whole new ball game. I thought this card that they're going to create, first of all, I have to tell our viewers that they obviously know that Tony Blair and his son is involved in this. His son is the one that's created this metaverse before.
Right.
And he's now got this digital ID card. This card will follow you wherever you go, right?
So it will know where you are?
This card is going to be sophisticated, far more than you can imagine. It is going to know how much money you have in your bank account to where you go.
Right.
You'll have facial recognition cameras that will see everything you do. They've already started. I think a few days ago, I didn't actually see the true reason why this guy got thrown on the floor. And the police are swearing at him using F words.
Why?
When did the police do that? When did that start?
What they said? What just
F
for what's
this,
the reason?
F that, you on the floor, F punching, hitting like America. They think they're in ICE. They think they're ICE people.
Over what?
I don't know.
You don't know what the
But
reason.
I do know that the facial recognition cameras are being used. I also know this, that if you don't look at a facial recognition camera, you will get a knock on a door. Well, not necessarily a knock on the door, but they will find you because you must look at them. Because once they capture all of you, they use, I don't know how it works, but as far as I know, they use as much as they can gather from you, and then they know from your DNA what you're going to be doing.
From
DNA, this digital ID card will limit you. So, for example, you're on the internet today.
Yeah.
You wanted to order 10 pieces of food there just now, right?
Yeah.
It'll come back to you and say, sorry, you can't have that. You can have this.
Oh really?
Yeah. You can't use the internet as much as you want freely.
Or they can just start to put restrictions on your behavior.
You can go to the pub.
Yeah.
And go to your local pub, have 3 pints of beer.
Yeah. After the third one.
The guy will say, I'm sorry, the digital card won't accept you. You'll have to pay on your digital card.
Okay, so it'll be linked to your bank account. It'll be one all-encompassing digital identity.
It must not start here.
Yeah.
I know it's in India, but it's a different form of digital ID in India.
In some ways, in some ways, we are already in that era of digital IDs. Everything, our identity is on a digital database. I'm sure, like when you go in and out the country, the passport, when you put your passport in, they scan it. They probably check on a computer to see who you are. So there are databases which we're on.
You just hit a button here. I remember going to Singapore, maybe not Singapore, Hong Kong. That's it. I got off my plane. I don't know what it was. There was this camera following you everywhere.
In Hong Kong?
Yeah.
Right.
As soon as you got off, everywhere.
Especially airports
and you were sitting on this like trolley and the camera would come down and click, click.
Oh, what?
Click,
It's
click,
like
click.
reacting to you. And
Yeah.
moving
Checking.
around. Right.
Yeah. Now, if that is not a digital ID technology, because this card is the worst thing you could ever get. This is, I'm saying now that I'm believing more and more that if this comes out, this is the footsteps to the C40 15-minute cities, where they want you controlled. You will live in a 15-minute city. As I said before, if you're living in Willesden, you can't go to South Kensington.
Why?
Because you can't. Because it's not in your 15-minute city.
Oh, so they want to encourage people to stay inside a 15-minute radius of where they are.
You have to stay in there.
And
you
what's
can't,
C40? What's that?
I don't know. It's the name they used. I mean, just like Project Detroit, just like ULEZ. You know, how did people know about any of this till they bring it out?
Okay.
I mean, I found out doing my diggings and stuff. As I said, when I ran for Mayor of London, I spent pretty much a long time studying it. I don't know why I was just looking into that side of things because I had no intention of running for Mayor of London. But I was very curious, and like with the COVID and why all these things were coming through the air and killing people left, right and centre. And I mean, recently I went to my pharmacy and I'm shocked. Flu jabs and COVID vaccines available.
Yeah.
I thought that stopped.
Well, we
weren't supposed to do the COVID vaccines.
Oh, what? Like you thought that they'd realize they shouldn't do the COVID vaccines?
I personally, I wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't buy this.
Have you been vaccinated?
Who?
Have you been vaccinated
Once,
against COVID?
unfortunately.
Right.
Well, I did, and I regret it every day of my life.
Right. And do you think it's affected you?
Well, it's certainly,
system?
I didn't have this eczema or psoriasis, whatever you want to call it, for a very, very long time. In my early 20s,
Yeah.
it was terrible. It was itching all over the place. Out of the blue, it just got me one day with these lines and then feeling hot and then wanting to scratch.
What, after the COVID vaccine?
No, longer, 23, around 23, after about 4 years.
Okay. So
I have heard, because Andrew Bridgen's a friend of mine, he was a Leicester MP. He got taken out last year. He didn't win. He got hardly any votes when he used to get 10, 15,000, maybe 30,000 votes.
Right.
It all changed because of this Labour situation, because of what Sunak done. But he's an advocate on the vaccines. You know, he's fighting for that, for people and stuff. And the thing is that this should never have happened to us, and it did. Now, I've been told, and I'm not sure if it's correct factual information, and I believe it is, but they say about after 5 years, you get pulmonary, you get heart attacks, blood stops, and all types. People die. And I've noticed a lot of my old friends are gone.
Right.
And like nothing's wrong with them. Just, I had to go to a funeral last week. My friend came home, sat on the sofa, didn't wake up.
Really? How old is he?
He was 50.
Right. And do they
not
know what the
an
cause of
age.
death was?
Heart attack.
Right.
And one friend of mine in 24, he was a very successful man, and they had lots of shops in Southall, Indian stores, and great food and stuff. And he was almost semi-retired, and he got into this cryptocurrency. Very placid man, so nice, so calm speaking, never lifts a finger. You know, people respected him. And I was talking to him about the Mayor of London. I said, what do you think? Shall I do it? And he said, well, if you want to do it, do it. Get the website set up. I'll help you and all that. I said, okay. But, I mean, I rang him one day, and his sister rang me and said, I'm sorry, he's died in his sleep last night. I said, he had 3-4 vaccines.
Right.
I said, that's impossible. There's nothing wrong with him. How's he died?
Yeah,
Another
weird.
funeral.
Weird.
You know, it's like, yeah, people think that it is a very scary situation.
Yeah.
But going back to the digital ID, the digital ID is going to be quite a pressureful thing. And the other situation is, I'm pretty certain they're going to charge us for it, which I don't believe that's correct. This is kind of a follow me control.
I mean, they're selling it on the idea that it would be convenient for you to have all your data in one place. Is that what their argument is?
That it's something like that, but I mean, it's really not right in the way that they've created it. I'm sure I've got something here on digital ID which I posted, and there were so many people that liked it because it was quite factual information.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen people protesting in the streets already about digital IDs.
Yes.
Did they have a release date for it?
On the 18th of, I think 18th of this month, there's a big walk on this.
A big walk against.
I've been asked to come. I'm gonna have a look tomorrow.
I guess it's like, I mean, they kind of have something like that in China, right?
Yes.
Where if you, I mean, I've seen examples of journalists who have said stuff against the government, and then they've had their score level brought down, and then they can't buy a ticket for a train or do things, so they're just like cut out of the system. So you think that's what
they're going to introduce
once they have that, they can make those moves against you.
They're going to have this in every system, everywhere. You are going to be in every system planted. So if you want to buy something, you can't buy it. Apparently next year, you're going to be scrutinized if you... next year, I did a video. You spend over £1,000, they want to know where you got the money from and why did you buy this?
I mean, yeah, it's already a bit like that. If you try to make an investment of any substantial value, the person organizing the investment or kind of receiving the investment is obliged to look into you, right? Do anti-money laundering and
well, simply
know
carrying
your client
£2,000 in your car is almost a
source
crime.
of income. Yeah.
It's
Which is just money. Yeah.
But look, I can't understand why myself and other people and you, me, why would we want to be controlled? This is not right. It goes against our human rights, surely.
I guess they're trying to cut through all the paperwork and the old way of doing it, which is archaic and not easy and takes time and delays things and makes it easier. You know what I mean? That's at least what the argument is, right?
Right.
I mean, they're doing something similar in the UAE now that they have like a kind of all-encompassing app which
covers the whole lot,
which covers everything and seems to make a lot of processes that can be quite painful a lot more smooth. Like you can open a company straight away, you can get married on it, you can pay your bills, do everything. But then, obviously, then all your data's clumped in one place
and they're selling your data. It's a great way. It's a great way of selling all your data.
Yeah,
everybody knows who you are technically. You know. It's I'm worried for the children. I think it's an abusive process. I don't think something like this with somebody like Tony Blair behind the scenes. I don't trust it at all.
Right.
And the way that man shook a quarter of the world pretty much with all the killings and everything else. You've got the situation that digital identification ID. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Digital ID means it's here.
Yeah.
On your
it's
computer.
All in a database. Yeah.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, the next thing they'll want you to put a chip in your phone, in your hand.
I mean,
this is all wrong.
I mean, we're almost there anyway. If you think about having a phone with you, I use my phone for everything. I use my phone to get in my car. I use it to pay for the parking. You can't park without a phone. No. So you need a phone to park. You need a phone to pay for stuff. You need a phone to, if you get lost. I use my phone pretty much all the time. If anyone has access to my phone, they know everything about me, where I go, where I spend, who I speak to,
tracking,
what I think, even because I note my thoughts down in the Notes app or the Notion or whatever. So there already is this thing that is, it's not inside our body, but it's pretty close to being a part of us.
Well,
but
it will
most
be
people,
on there.
Most people sleep next to their phone. They wake up,
that's crazy.
Take it with them to the toilet, go out. It's with them all the time. It's almost a part of us, So whether it's under our skin as a chip, we're not far off that. We are already cyborgs in.
Well, I hope you're wrong because I certainly don't want this. I know it's in quite a few countries, and I'm not sure if it's actually in Europe yet. Yeah. But India it certainly has, because Starmer went try and drum up business as usual. Can't fix our own country, but there's so many great people in our country. We can have. How can we be 0.3% GDP? This is diabolical.
What of the planet? You mean?
No, I mean in our country, income, money coming in. Yeah. We've got an increase of 0.3%.
Okay.
That's nothing. Yeah. It's a country of 70 million people, maybe more. I don't know, but the situation is that we are not focusing on the ground roots of what's happening here.
Yeah.
Things are going wrong here. If there are grooming gangs and they've been hidden away with the other parties back in the day and brushed under the carpet and let other people suffer, I don't want a society like this. I want to be a prime minister where I want to make everyone prosperous. I don't want anyone to be poor.
And how do you do that? What's the plan of action?
Well,
how would you
reduce the taxes? Number one,
right?
Taxes are an immense pain because you see, if they collected the taxes properly, and they then used that money to fix the roads, to fix the NHS, to do other things, because every time you go to a council, they're bankrupt. Right. There's no money. People are paying council tax. Where's the money going? Where's the money?
Right. So
who's giving us an account of our
So
country.
you think it's just not transparent enough?
No,
Yeah.
it's never been
There's no
transparent. It's
yeah.
never. This is one of my first goals. If I
Is
can
to
get
make it transparent. Yeah,
absolutely,
No, I agree with that
It's
100%. That needs to happen.
it sends that signal to the children as well.
Yeah,
You know,
and I think, it was interesting when you were speaking earlier about people coming to, when they go to an election cycle with a mandate, or they say, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, and then they get in. It should almost be like they're obliged to then follow through. Not like, oh, now should I do? And then people might complain if I don't. It should almost be like, here's a plan that if you vote, it should almost be like, I'll present a pitch deck, almost like a business plan, and then if everyone votes for this pitch deck, that's what will happen, and then it has to happen, rather than, okay, now I'm in power, what do I do now? Okay, I'll keep to some of my promises, won't keep to the other ones, or if they complain too much. And I mean, I think there should be more openness and ability to suggest projects which would make it more of a true democracy, in terms of let the best ideas rise to the top. And then if that is the best idea, then that could be executed. Maybe they could create a system like that, where there was like a suggestion platform that everyone could put forward their ideas, or there was more transparency about the finances of the government or of your local council, and then people could put forward ideas like, here's my idea, and then if people could vote on that, then you'd have like best idea rises to the top mixed with popularity.
I want to have a chancellor second to none. I want to have someone who has nothing but financial wizard brain to run a corporation of 20,000 people, 100,000 people, 1 million people. I don't want an MP to sit there like Rachel Reeves.
Yeah.
And flies around to New York now pretending to be a chancellor when she doesn't even know how to add 2 + 2.
Right.
I mean, what is she doing with our money? Now they're talking about putting the taxes up. Latest pledge was always, we won't put the taxes up. No VAT. I think VAT is a waste of time.
Yeah.
I think I would get rid of VAT. Value-added tax is
altogether.
Absolutely. Look, I want businesses to grow. Yeah. And I would rather, instead of giving 600 million pounds to Ukraine and goes into Zelensky's pocket, which is where it's obviously going, I would rather park that money aside for our children. Yeah. Why do we need to charge our children to reach a university? If they've qualified for the university, we should be praising them, because they could be our next prime minister. They could be the next top billionaire, trillionaire, whatever.
We shouldn't be indebting them at that point.
Yes, we don't need to do that. Yeah. And the thing I say is that when it comes to the universities, children must work their way there. They get there, and I'll tell you what, I'll pay their money to go in.
If they succeed in getting the right exam results
before they succeed, 6 months before, we will make sure that every part of our society in our country will give somebody a job coming out of uni. It is so important to have that, because it's a gift. Yeah. Hey, it may not be the job they want, but it will be a start for them. They don't have to wait and look, pay for the bills, give the pressure on the parents. Children are our future. Yeah. And we don't seem to realize that's why we have children. So they are part of us, and they grow and they become part of our society, and they then do great things. Yeah. One of my 4 goals, City, I told you, is communication or community. That means that in any relationship we have, whether it's a prime minister to the public, any relationship we have to communicate. Right. Yeah. And we have to be in a community to do so. And if we can't get that message across, I mean, like if you get married, everything's lovey-dovey, all good, kids come, blah, blah, blah. Suddenly the wife loses communication with you. Yeah. You then think, why do I need to do that as well? But no one plays the game. And suddenly the cracks appear. And the game is over.
Communication is very important in relationships, in business,
Same thing in business.
Government,
It is the core of our being. If we can't communicate, how are we going to do anything?
So when you say city, CITY,
Yeah.
right?
So the next one
So
is
C is community and communication.
Yes.
Right.
Infrastructure. Well,
Yeah.
what does infrastructure mean? We start at, I don't know, from the beginning stage, and we build our world, our family, our stuff, our house, everything. Like you just said, the first word, community, communicate, it's vast, massive. But the infrastructure is the makeup of your body. You know, you're growing, you're getting wiser, you're making things happen. Then, once you know that you've got stability, which infrastructure brings, you start to now transition. Now you start to build bigger and wider things. Now you start thinking about whether you want to be a billionaire, trillionaire. What will you do with your money? You'll look after your family first, like an aeroplane, seatbelt on, and look after your family. Transition. It's a great word. Transitioning means that from that stage, you're going to watch your children grow, hopefully get to uni, become somebody. And then the last word is why, youth, the kids.
Right.
So I believe a city program is a country, family, and a city. And it works with my transparency, not secrecy, meaning that we want to be fully transparent. And the transparency doesn't just hold in government. It holds in the family. It holds at work, like you said.
Yeah.
It holds in the doctor's surgery. Everything is important to be open, honest, and clear. Better to be
I agree.
Better if you've done something wrong, come out and say that, can you help me?
Yeah,
This
I've
is
done
what I've
this.
done.
Yeah, be
Right?
clear and honest. Don't put it under the carpet.
Don't
lie
lie.
about it, because it always
It's the worst
causes
thing you can do is
problems.
lie.
Yeah.
Lying is for, I don't know why you need to make things up. There's no benefit. But prosperity, not poverty. This is a very, very important goal for me. I want everybody in England, Ireland, Wales, Scotland to have prosperity. What do I mean about that? That I want to make people prosperous. I don't want a welfare state. I want everyone to be rich. And we can achieve this. And I know how to do it.
How? What's the
I'll tell you later.
Okay.
Yeah. So, which brings me to homeowners, not homeless. Now, I suffered when I took 49 people off the streets in London.
Yeah. So tell me that story. What
I
happened
was
then?
heartbroken to listen to 49. I don't know why I got 49 people off the streets, but I did.
Where did you encounter them, or how did
Well, they're all on the streets. Look, my journey when I ran for mayor was in the morning I would do my finance work.
Yeah.
By 12:30 max, we would be out.
Right.
And we would be going to the different boroughs, talking to people, doing our work, going to events in the afternoon and other events in the evening.
Yeah.
Then it would be late. I would go home. I'd ring my friends in the Indian restaurants, and I said, "Look, leave me 50 stuff before you go." I would end up getting there at 1 o'clock.
Right.
I would go and pop my head in the door, see if they're all right and stuff.
Yeah.
I would run home all the way back to Essex, go and get the food, take it back to London and give it to them. And then in the beginning days, they would complain, "Oh, you got Indian again." I said, "You cheeky bee." I said, I've come all the way back for you just to give you food.
Yeah.
Over time, the moral of the story is that over time, it was very difficult trek to talk to them. What I know of these people were that they were working people. Some were working for companies, laid off. As I say, 3 months away from a paycheck. You're out.
Well,
you're
I don't
out.
know what the stat is in the UK, but they said more than 50% of people in the US have less than $1,000 in savings.
Yes.
So I don't know what the equivalent stat is here, but that was quite surprising, because then, like you're saying, that's 3 months away.
This is why
1 or 2 months, or less than a month away from.
This is why prosperity, not poverty, is heartfelt to me, because I saw this with my own eyes. I spent almost I got out of the race in May, and I was so angry with myself, wondering, why did this happen? What did I do wrong? How did this? God said to me, "It's not your time." I said, so you made me do something, but he didn't ask me to run for mayor of London.
Right.
He said I needed to help people. And and then he said, there are bigger and better things for you to do. And so, okay, a couple of months later, I don't know what happened to me. I got a message again saying, you've got to help people, same message again. Yeah. And I'm thinking, so by this time I had made very great friends with them. It was just like an extended family somehow. I had to see them before I went home. Right. How are you doing? Shake their hands. I go get the food, come back.
So they were all in the same place? Or
no, they were scattered. But
and then
I told them to get closer together, which they did.
To make like a little community.
Yes,
almost, right.
And that's what they did. The women I was so sad for the women as well that, they were such lovely human hearts. Really like, it brought tears to my eyes seeing these people because their communication skills were just amazing. And I'm thinking, why are you here when you've got all of this stuff in your mind? You could be working for someone. Yeah. But, morally, the story I've listened to a lot of their stories. It's piled in my head. This is why I want to do that show, we said.
Sure.
And when I lost, I was so angry and upset with myself that I didn't want to help anyone. I didn't want to do anything. But when I had this message come back again, it woke me up, and I took them to the council. I had the black cabs sponsoring me and stuff. We were getting great. I woke up one morning. I said, "Get me 7 cabs." I said, "What do you mean, Shyam? What do you mean?" I said, "There's 49 people here, as you know. Let's take them to the council. I want to go to the council today." And I said to them, "Oh no, we can't come with you. We're too scared. Something might happen." I said, "Listen, you stay quiet. Put your hands behind your back, because if you're a prisoner, look down on the floor. Do not say a word. Let me speak. Just let me speak." Can you imagine 49 people walking into a council? and the lady called the police on me. She said, "Oh, it's brought these dirty, smelly people in our council. They're going to rob us. They're going to raid us." And she rang the police 16 times. Moments after I arrived, armed guards came. Police surrounded the place. 2 armed guards with machine guns. And because she told them pack of lies, basically.
Would she say that?
Well, she said they've got guns, they've got knives, they're going to rob us.
Right.
They're all, and these guys, you couldn't have seen a better crowd of guys saying that they just put their heads down and looking on the floor.
What was the plan
I don't know what the plan was. I had no thought, like I come here to a podcast. I don't know. I speak from my head.
Right.
and words just came out of my mouth. And when the police guy came up, I'll never forget him, because he put his arms together, rows were sleeved up, all the decorations here and here, amazing stuff. And he just like looked at me, and I thought, God, if I get arrested, I'm going to be in trouble. I was praying to God, please don't get me arrested. And then he looked at her, he looked back at me, and he just put his little finger here like that, and he said, "You called us 16 times today saying that you're going to be raided. Nobody calls 16 times to tell the police that they're going to be raided. They're either raided or it's after the event." I said, "I see a man here in a suit with 49 people, which I assume have no place to go. And he's come to speak to you. You're not giving him a chance." I said that if I ever hear from you again, I will personally come and arrest you and your people.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And that gave me hope. That gave me strength. I was a tiger again. And I said, "Officer, can I please ask you to call the CEO downstairs?" He said, "You heard the man." So she went to where she did.
The council?
Yeah. She went she called him. He didn't come down for 5 minutes. It was a quiet hush in that place.
Which council was it?
I can't tell you.
Okay.
I don't want to tell you. Okay. I made a pledge.
Okay.
And I don't want these people to know because for me they're very important.
Right.
Even though I walked away from them after I got them the stuff I did. I just wanted them to get on their feet, not me mollycoddling.
Sure, right.
So he came downstairs, a tall man, skinny man, baldish head, hair on the side, lovely suit, must be on 600,000 a year at least, beautiful suit.
Wow.
And I could see he was shivering because he saw the police as well and he saw me. And I went up to him and I said, I just made a huff and I said, you've been here in this council for so long. You've seen these people on the streets every single day of your life. You walk past them. This is not my job to come here with 49 strangers to tell you that they're on the streets, no food, no drinks, no water, nowhere to go and do number one, number two.
Yeah.
And you sit here with a £600,000 salary and you take the mickey out of these people, which were fair paying people. When are you going to resign, today or tomorrow? He didn't know what to say. Like he was, I could see his hands were shivering and stuff. A £600,000 man a year salary should be a king, because money dictates things to people.
I mean, the Prime Minister gets like...
It was a central London place. It was
Right.
pretty... don't even think about it. The lady in Croydon was on almost the same money, and she bankrupted. That Croydon's still bankrupt after she left. Okay?
Right.
So apparently he resigned the next day because by then all the news channels were outside.
Oh, really?
And I thought, oh, God, the only thing in my mind was, can I get a quick exit on the back door?
Right.
I don't want to go and see them. I'm not into the publicity side. And so I just kind of, when I found out the next day, I was happy. And the lady called me and she said, I'm going to help you. I said, but you could have done this from day one instead of calling the police. That's what you're here for.
Yeah.
But you didn't.
Yeah.
You did this so you could make a spectacle of me that I'm such a bad guy. I've done nothing wrong at all. Only but bring these... And bless them, they stood behind me. They did not look up at all. And that, by the next 24 hours, because I said to them, I promise you, you are not going to be on this street anymore. You are not going to live here tonight. That's it. It's over.
Yeah.
I don't care. You are not staying on those streets anymore. That's it. And they were like shivering and scared and what's going to happen next. That evening, she contacted me and she said, we've managed to find a hotel nearby for these guys to stay in there. And I'm going to do my utmost. The thing is this, that I don't understand.
So they had that option the whole time?
Of course, they always have options.
Right.
What I don't understand is I put 49 of them in studios, right? Close to each other.
Yeah.
And every time I went to the person next door and I said, look, he said, oh, I know who you are. You've taken these people off the streets, haven't you? I said, well, I just want you to welcome them.
Yeah.
I went to all of them in one day. And I said, can I just ask you, because we rented like an empty place. There's no post here, nothing. How long has it been empty? Do you know? He said, mate, are you crazy? He said, these places have been empty for several years. There's no one living here.
Like a hotel of studios?
No, these were studios in the boroughs, you know, like I tried to keep them all. I said, they're all very nervous. They've got real problems. They need to be around themselves, their people that they've built a community with.
Okay.
And I need you to help me. And she got me 49 places in 6 weeks, right? I don't know why she dragged it out. I assume she didn't want me to know that they were all empty.
Right.
And
so these are what council, like...
The housing departments.
Housing departments. Yeah. They had spare...
They've got spare rooms everywhere, spare places everywhere.
Wow. So why would
all through the UK? This is not... it's just wrong that you could leave people from income salaries giving into the state, paying taxes, thrown out onto the street, found restitute with their little bag and begging for money, asking for some food and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And like degradation to the extreme, because I just couldn't believe that. I mean, one guy had 15, 20 houses.
Right.
He was driving beautiful cars. His wife was buying beautiful clothes. They were living great, paying taxes.
Yeah.
Gone.
Why? Because
wife gone, kids go.
Because they had like a financial downturn or something.
I don't know. Well, I know a lot of things, but I'd rather not say what happened to them. But all I know is that every time I spoke to one person, they would bring tears into my eyes. I couldn't deal with it because it was heartbreaking to hear.
So
they were all similar in Do you know, I don't know how 49 people came together and how they connected together so beautifully. Like, I then, once that had happened, I didn't say anything to her because I was fuming, because even forget these guys, there are families and children who are living in a studio, a family.
Right.
And they can't move a muscle. There's one toilet, one bath.
Right.
2 kids, 3 kids, maybe. I don't know.
Isn't there like kind of minimum space requirements? Or there should be.
And a lot of people are in what you call temporary housing.
Yeah.
Means that they could kick them out any day, any time, any second. Doesn't matter about years, months, days. So when this had happened, I then went to a couple. I went to a couple of places to get. I just had this brain ache to say, right. After about 6 weeks, they all moved into their place. They had no bedding, nothing. So I went to a few places. I got it free from them. They said, I know who you are. We'll gladly help you. I didn't go to shelter or anything. I then went to a well-known firm, which you might know, and I got them an iPad. And I went in. The guy said, "Oh, I know who you are. You're the guy that has done this wonderful work. I've seen some of your work and all that." And I said, "I know who you are." I said, "What is it I can do to help you?" I said, "Well, I was a bit nervous." I said, "Look, is there any way we can get 49 iPads?" He looks at me, and he said, "It was almost like saying, is that all?" He said, "Well, in September you need to come, because we're going to do our new launch of our new products.
Yeah.
Here's my number. Call me when you get in the queue." Well, it was early morning. I got in the queue that morning, and like I was standing in the queue with thousands of people for their new iPhones.
Right.
And he rang me on the phone because the signal in the place was pretty bad.
Yeah.
I just got the call, and he said, "Where are you?" I said, "I'm in the queue." He said, "I said you come to the door when you come."
Okay.
I said, "Oh, sorry, I didn't know." He said, "We'll have 2 guys waiting for you. Come to the door." So I took 2 of my friends with me, and we came to the door, and he welcomed me in, and he said, "Look, do you mind if I tell people what you've done?" I said, "No, please don't tell people what I've done. I don't want." He said, "And anything you want in here is yours, whatever you want."
Oh, really? Wow.
And I said, good. "I don't want anything. The only reason I don't want anything is that I've done this from my heart. If I take one little thing from you, I've ruined everything."
Yeah. So the 69 iPads gave
49.
Or 49 were given to the
guys and the girls,
and then they had internet access, and then they could start
free internet for 2 years.
Right.
iPad, and I didn't tell them that I was doing it. So I turned up. We turned up at the doorstep.
Yeah.
I said, "Can you get everyone over?"
Yeah.
And they said, "Well, they're all over the place." I said, "I don't care. 15, 20 minutes, I'll wait. Not a problem."
Yeah.
Didn't tell them anything. And they all came. And then they bought me like big box of Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Oh, my God.
And I said, "What have you done?" I said, "Didn't tell me to get food." And I gave them the iPads, and they were like tears in their eyes. They were so happy because they could now get on their feet. They were getting, I got universal credit, £750.
Right.
I said to them, "Please, one favor, from this month onwards, for at least 1 year, 1.5, suffer with £500. Your electricity is paid. You deserve it. Your gas is paid. You deserve it. Keep the 500, use it. Try to go and make amends with the families, etc. And, bring yourself back to normal."
Right.
And start a business next year. It's already October. They've got £188,000 in their bank account.
Well,
there was
in
5
between them.
I made 5 of them as trustees. Yeah.
Oh, okay, so they made like a community pot type thing. Right.
So now one's doing. Then they said, "Can you help us with?" I said, "Get lost. I don't want to know.
Yeah,
I've done my bit for you.
Yeah.
You got to stand.
Do your own thing. Yeah.
You do your own thing now.
Yeah.
But we can. We want to give you some. I said, "I don't want anything.
Right.
I'll have the Kentucky Fried Chicken, which is quite nice since you bought it, but I don't want anything." And I think it's a proud moment for me to done that, because I really liked it from my heart, and I feel I've helped God, not helped.
You've done something.
Yeah, I don't know what that
God
feeling is,
sure.
but and that's why I created City, and that's why I created those goals, because the last one is
Youth.
champions, not criminals. That means that we've got criminals in our society, young kids who have turned into criminals. When they get to 20, 30, 40, they're going to realize we should never have done this. And I want to stop that now.
Sure.
I want to stop it so that if you have a land of prosperity, you're never going to have criminality. It's just not going to happen. Everyone is going to be in a happy... Of course, there are going to be some problems, but 99% of the problems happen through money, through income, through anything, through the clothes, whatever.
Yeah.
Right? You know, is it hurtful for me to think like this, to give our people something that they can have and love? Because it's their country. The foots we stand on the pavements, is ours. It is not the government. It is not the royal family. But people don't behave like this because they want to have this hierarchy of people and stand down on the people below you. It's wrong. So the last, as I said, champions, not criminals. And it's not hard for us to achieve this because if our country, our people, is our family. If we all come together and avoid the problems that we're facing now about the Muslims, about this and about that, and it's all making people very sad and angry because it never used to happen like this. And we now need to...
Dividing us, right?
Yes, we don't want to be divided. It's divide to rule. Not you can't divide to conquer as such, because look at the damage it has done in the world. It hasn't worked properly. So what's your take on the whole boats and the illegal immigration? Well, as I've said, there was a charter signed by the United Nations in 2019. I know for a fact that these boats were segmented and they were created to go in every country in the world. It is not about that these... You got to think about this very carefully. If they're coming from France... Why is Macron allowing it to come from France?
Why is it allowing them to take off from France?
Yes.
Right.
Why hasn't Macron stopped it? There's a reason. The reason is that Macron's been paid a lot of money to bring them in and move them across, because England, unfortunately, is the last stop.
Right. Well, everybody wants to end up here.
Most of them are coming here because they know that we have a welfare state. They know that England is a soft touch now that Starmer's in. Because he's looking for votes. He's got already these people in. Suddenly they come here, they've got a job. Now, think about this laterally. The UN paid their money, every country in the world. It's not our taxes and our money funding them right now. They've been paid to come here. How have they got...
the people on the boats, they're being paid?
The United Nations, whoever the body was, I believe it's the United Nations, paid every country in the world enough money to bring these undocumented men into our countries. They've done it in that way so people know that these are single men, undocumented, coming on a boat. Why would you send these people on a boat to another country?
Why?
Exactly. Why? The answer's all there in front of you. It's another way of a show, but when they come here, they get housed into beautiful places. They get a chef. They get this. They get that. They get a phone. They get food. They even get a job.
Right.
That they don't even have to pay any taxes for.
But what's the agenda of doing that?
Well,
when you
as
say
I've said on my
UN
podcast,
is like funding that in order to send them to various countries, including the UK, to cause instability? What I mean, then
it is happening,
become
isn't it?
A drain on the state like that. Then
every country is going to feel we are. I think we are getting the wrath of it. I mean, you go to India, the migrants are in India. You go to Russia, the migrants are in Russia. You go to America, the migrants are in America. Trump isn't kicking them out. He's kicking out people who've been there 20 years. He's not kicking them out.
What, he's not letting the new ones get
They're
kicked
coming
out?
in from everywhere. Every country has
Where are they
them.
coming from?
They're coming from, they're single, undocumented men of fighting age.
Right.
I use the word of fighting age. Now, if you ask me the question, why are they here? I don't actually know why they're here, but I believe that they could turn on us because in some of the hotels, there are stacks of guns and machinery and stuff.
Right.
And it's I've been saying this for ages on a lot
in the hotels, at the housing,
in the hotels. The owners of the hotels
migrants.
cannot go there. They're not allowed. They get paid. I know one person, and I went with him, and like he couldn't get into the hotels. His hotel, it's managed by the government.
Okay.
And
so he signed up with the government to allow his hotel to be
he's
used
getting triple the money.
to house migrants. Or
Like all of them did.
The illegal, or the asylum seekers, or whatever they are.
Well,
what are they?
We don't even know. You see, an asylum seeker will come to the airport and say, hey, I'm being persecuted. I've got this, I've got that. Here's my papers. Look what happened to me. Yeah. And the government would take a helping hand and see whether they're viable to enter our country and to get into a house and to start working and to do.
Isn't there like a whole process before they get all these benefits?
Yeah, and majority of the time it's a family.
Right.
They're not single undocumented men.
Yeah.
Now, if these are single undocumented men coming from a plane, it could be a different story.
Yeah.
We've been persecuted. We were in this war and that war and this, and we don't. Our head is completely.
I'm gay.
We need to start a new.
They don't want me to be gay. They kill the gays. Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
And so what's happened is the far right, you can call them. I don't believe in left and right and all that stuff. By the way, I just believe in normality. Okay. And the people that are anti-color, let's just say, for argument's sake. Yeah. I mean, what if these were undocumented men of fighting age and they were all white?
Right.
How would our public perceive them? Would they still be angry that they're coming in from Poland, let's just say? Right. Undocumented. We don't know this answer.
Yeah. But, I mean, so what's the current... I mean, I'm quite ignorant on this. What's the current process? They turn up, they turn up on a boat. What is the current government policy on that? What do? You said
they investigate them, they check, they do their, I don't know what checks they do. They've got no papers really. Right. And they come here on a boat and they say they paid money. Where's the proof?
Yeah. They paid some.
No one's paid any
human
money.
Trafficker or something.
Yeah. I mean, I think these people that are sending them are all in it together with the government. Right. I have to think like that, I'm afraid. But why have they got ammunition, let's just say, in their places? Some of them, quite a few of them. They won't use it. They will never use it until they get a signal. Mm-hmm. I think the governments have signed the treaty. They've allowed this to happen, and it's not just happening in the United Kingdom. It's happening in France, in Scotland, in Spain, in Italy, in Germany, and everywhere.
Yeah. For what end, though? So
there must be something happening, right? That there's going to be some kind of global war, or something's going to happen. I don't know. This is the one point. I know a lot of things. I just can't work this out.
So you think they're almost planting these single undocumented men in various countries,
yes,
putting ammunition and guns with them, so that at some point they're like planted in there, they're going to do something, or they're going to rise up.
And you've seen some scuffs happen, right, where our English people have hit them and stuff. They haven't really fought back, right, which is interesting, because everybody needs to defend themselves.
Yeah.
Why they're not fighting back? There's a reason. And then they're getting jobs. All these, they're getting free. Look.
So the government then does put them up in housing
of
eventually.
Course. The mayor of London gave them free travel on the trains.
Right.
They've given them free travel, free passes. We don't even have that. And we live in this country. This is why the frustration of the people is mounting, because, you know, they're here, but we've got 70 million people here.
Yeah.
We are not congested by no means. No country in the world is ever congested. We live in a
so much
world
space.
in the sky.
Yeah.
We are a planet circling. We've got ample space. But
plenty of space.
it's the way things are being done, which is irritating the people, making them extremely arrogant against them because they don't know the answer to the question. And I just know that higher sources have paid for these people to come to every country in the world.
Okay.
It is not just
What's
one
the main
country.
source country that they're coming from? Or they're coming from various...
Well, I don't know, Afghanistan maybe. I didn't go deep into that world. I don't. For you to ask me, I may tell you something that's not correct.
That's not true. Okay, fair enough.
But I assume they're coming from the countries of fighting age where people have been fighting. I don't know.
Right.
They seem to be all the same type of people. I haven't seen any white people coming in.
Right.
They're all non-whites.
Yeah.
And my question again is, what if they were all white people every single day coming in? Would England accept them coming off a boat? Or is it because it's a colour thing? I don't know. I don't think our public are that crazy.
Yeah.
But I think it's the minority that have homed in on it and taken it far larger than it is. You know, it's an interesting topic.
Yeah. It's a topic. Obviously, I mean, in general, I mean, I don't know all the stats, but it seems to make sense that if you have lots of people coming that are then drawing benefits from the state and causing a cost, that's obviously... We don't want that kind of migration. Like
no, I don't even call them migrants. They're illegal immigrants. They're not immigrants. They're illegal migrants.
Yeah,
I call them that.
Illegal, but you know, migration itself can be very beneficial. Like, you know, my father was one.
That's a different ballgame.
Your father, your families come from India originally, whatever. So if they go through the proper processes and prove they're going to be a contributing member of society.
Exactly.
That's good. But yeah, coming illegally causes problems.
Now, if they're being paid cash, let's just say every week by the government, we've got no record of these people. We don't know who they are, right? So that means, in my mind, that they're here temporarily. They're not here to settle.
Right.
They're not here to make a family and go and get a great job. They've got they're people of fighting age, which means that they're most probably, I hate to say the word, uneducated.
Right.
They're probably not in that sphere, because if they were, any common sense person, no passports even?
Yeah.
Any common sense person would have got on a plane. There's a reason why they're here.
Yeah. Okay.
And the only reason I can think of is that they're either going to fight for us or they're going to turn on us.
Oh, my God.
I can't think of anything else. I'm not scaring people. I'm just laying facts down that most of our minds are going to think the same way. Why are they here? Yeah. Government is not saying anything to us. They're not even saying...
Well, I would assume... I mean, when I think that, I think if I think somebody's got on some rubber dinghy to cross the channel to get here and pretty much risk their life... They must be fleeing. I mean, at least the general narrative or the first thing that comes to mind is they must be fleeing something pretty bad back home from wherever they came from.
This is England.
Yeah.
This is the rest of the world.
Yeah.
Why are they going from here to here to here to here to here to come here?
Because of our system.
Yeah. Right. And our systems are broken.
Right.
Right. And our governments are just allowing it to happen. Starmer got handed government on a plate. He got handed everything else with it. Why didn't Sunak do anything? What is this one in and one out rubbish? Well, one person come in and one person go out. What? We'll be here forever. They're never going to go. The country doesn't. However, whatever's happened, I've just laid the facts out on the plate for you here. But on that plate, there's no food eating. Whatever's happened. Our people do not want them here.
Yeah.
So quite rightly, they should be turned back. They should have been turned back, whether there was an agenda set or not. The fact is that our people do not feel comfortable and do not want these people here. And they're all single men. of fighting age. Right. So that means two things. They're either fighting with us if there's something to fight for or not.
Or they're just, if there was, let's say they're coming from a country that has a bad situation happening, war or whatever they're fleeing from, maybe they think...
How did they get out of their country with no passport?
Yeah, I mean, you to be honest, it'd be interesting to look at the data on where they come from, what their,
it's undocumented.
Source country,
there's no data,
so they don't.
They've already got a phone in their hand,
right?
It's. I mean, it's a great topic. It's a fantastic
topic. It'd be interesting to understand more about it, because it does get quite simplified, I think, and it can be a bit of a toxic subject that people, it's almost like scapegoating, kind of dehumanizing people in some way as well, and kind of not having empathy for
I understand
the people that might be true asylum seekers, which as a honorable nation
but they're all smiling and happy. They're coming here. You can see them all smiling, happy.
How dare they be happy? Be more miserable.
I mean, if I was PM, look, I've said on many podcasts, I would stop it straight away. So, it has to be stopped.
Because just like stronger border controls then.
Extremely stronger border control. We're an island like this here.
How can they just turn up there?
How can we protect all our borders? Where are all the police and everybody else and the border? Where is it? This is wrong.
Surely they can see them coming. Like surely they have the tech. They're coming. That tech can't even be that complex these days.
No, not at all.
To identify there's ships coming.
And they won't have digital ID. Watch. They won't have digital ID.
Right.
They'll be hidden from the system.
Okay.
It's completely wrong, but I would take a heavy stance. And if it means putting a foot out to the door and throwing a bullet over to Macron, I would be happy to do it. I'm sorry, but I don't mean it in a very bad way. But if our people are objecting to these people coming the way they're coming into our shores without any papers, and getting free this, free that, free money, free hotel accommodation, and living happy while our people are sitting on the streets. I struggled to get these guys off, and I felt the pain myself with them. And I get very disappointed knowing that they're coming here, laughing and joking, having fun, doing nothing but staying in these places. Taxpayer paying or not paying. I assume the people that have got the hotels have made a vast amount of money out of it. Probably paid no tax for it either, no doubt, as a deal. I don't know. But all I know is that it is not stopping the way it should be stopped. It needs strong leadership. None of the parties that are in power, that are there today, have no power, no leadership qualities, because they're all screaming about this subject only every single day. They're not talking about housing, education, the rife with kids, the disputes or problems, the businesses that we have that are suffering. We are just struggling, and we are ourselves in a boat and going nowhere.
So to just kind of wrap up this podcast, let's leave the listeners with a little bit of hope.
Yes.
What do you see as a solution or a way forward, or something that can lead to a brighter future for Britain?
I'm going to set up City. I'm going to make it the most amazing organisation for all of us. And I want everyone to join us. I want everybody to come on board and integrate, because we need it. Our children have friends of all different denominations as well. So I want to leave this on a happy note by saying that everything is going to get better, not worse. I think we've reached the hill, and now we're going to flow down. And there is optimism, because if we all stand together, we can get rid of digital ID, we can get rid of C40, we can get rid of unnecessary charges. I mean, you go to Russia, for example, you pay about 12 to 15 pounds for electricity, gas, and water.
Per month?
Yes. What are we paying here?
Oh, good.
A horrendous amount, right?
Don't even ask.
I bet your bill here is about £700-800.
Good. It's absurd, yeah. What
Right?
I'm paying, yeah.
This is control. This is why people like...
By squeezing you financially until you can't do anything. Yeah.
If Tony Blair had a heart in his head, in his body,
in his chest.
Tony Blair had a heart in his chest, and he would have come out and said, I want to help everybody. But he's too busy raping countries, going to mines in South Africa and other places, building up his nest egg of fortune and fame, and while everyone else suffers. Is this what you call Prime Minister material? And if you think Nigel Farage or anyone else that steps into Starmer's shoes today is going to do the same, they're going to do the same as our friend. They're all the same. And I want to change everything. I want everyone to become happier. And I say on this podcast that things are going to get way better. There's no hope. There's better. That word of hope is no good. Right. We want the word try and hope is no good.
Take that away.
We will make it happen. Yeah.
Make it real. Okay.
And I want to say thank you to you and to our listeners. And I'm Shyam Batra, ex-Mayor of London candidate. My Instagram is Shyam, SHYAM, BATRA, 4, Mayor, MAYOR, on Instagram and other platforms. And X, I think, is S Batra Official. Okay. At S Batra Official for X. And all the others are the same. People can find me. Yeah. And I'm
just Google you. Yeah.
I just say to them, please come to my platform and speak to me. Always open for questions, answers, anything. I have so many people contacting me every day. I've probably got more messages here. I've cleared 600 today.
Oh my God!
Wow. I don't know how many more are here. We can see, but I just want to say thank you to you. Thank
you for coming and sharing your views. It's been interesting.
There's loads
very much so. Yeah, and we'll link to your social media handles down below as well.
And this is going to be a great podcast, I hope.
Yeah.
But let's just focus on the positivity.
Yes.
Get our kids safe, keep our families protected, and we're going to win. We are a community of warriors. We're not weak people here. Yeah. We are British. The British language stands everywhere in the world. Hey ho, Britain. Thanks, it's been a great show with you. I'd like to do a number 2.
Absolutely, yeah.
But there's a lot more to say.
Next time we'll dig into the aliens and
aliens again,
telepathy and all the rest of it. Yeah.
By that time, the Atlas would have been and gone.
All right.
There's a lot to say. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Shyam.
Great to see you.
Thank you. Thanks for coming. Cheers.